Applying to and accepting a KSTF Fellowship was probably the best professional decision I've ever made.
KSTF empowered me as a teacher.
KSTF is pushing me to do things that I never imagined would have been possible.
The KSTF Teaching Fellowship is a 5-year program. It's comprehensive integrated professional development over those 5 years. What we're doing is supporting beginning high school math and science teachers as they start their careers.
And then lift up and up. Hey!
Very simply, our objective is to reinstitute within America's youth the sense of what is truth through the learning of mathematics and science.
We have this national myth that teaching is easy. Anybody who's actually tried to teach and paid attention to the results knows that that's simply not true.
It's a tough job to work to prepare the beginning teachers to help them really balance their ideals of what they want to be as a teacher and how they envision themselves, and putting that to work with the day-to-day reality of the classroom.
Quite a bit of research that shows that teachers leave the profession within the first 5 years. Almost half of them leave.
We have to have people who are committed to the profession, who know the content, who know how to teach it, and who stay.
So our thought is, let's figure out what it takes to keep teachers, good teachers, in the profession, get them past that 5-year benchmark where they can actually start to develop some mastery.
So I really feel like I have a support system here of people that understand, the struggles of teaching, but who are very passionate about finding ways to make it work.
Everyone here has the same interest I do. They have the same passion I do.
I have a responsibility to bring into the classroom cutting-edge science, to make science education something that pushes students to solve real-world problems.
A lot of students, especially my students, need some kind of explanation or justification as to why they need to learn math or science, and I respect that.
So one day I introduced Classroom Off the Grid to my students. I told my students, I'm going to give you a day in class where you guys can do anything you want to. The only stipulation is that you cannot use any electricity from the grid or electricity provided by the school. It will have to come solely from the bicycle generator that they were going to have to power themselves. We also wanted to kind of give them this idea that efficiency matters.
Every year I put on a cardboard regatta where the students design their own cardboard boats that we then race in the school pool. And while this is a very fun and silly event that brings in quite a crowd, it still gives a chance for the students to work in teams and think about design, think about scale.
It's very important to bring the real world into the classroom for students because they don't pay attention to it unless it applies to them.
Our teachers are really engaging in inquiry-based instructional practices that really hook students into math and science learning.
So we spent a lot of time with our teaching fellows focusing on instructional practices, focusing on helping them understand how do students learn, how to get better.
We're infusing the teachers themselves with a sense of personal pride and self-development.
We recognize that the fellows are change agents in their community, and we want them to take back their ideas and to become critical thinkers and with other teachers in their schools.
KSTF encourages us to share what we do, so it's kind of pushing everyone around me to be better.
It's totally transformed not only my view of what my role as a teacher, but what I can contribute to the teaching community as a whole.
I wouldn't be a leader at all today if it wasn't for KSTF and the resource they provided, the mentorship, the national community of teachers who are just passionate about teaching, passionate about students.
Without the support of KSTF over my first 5 years of teaching, I'm not sure if I would still be in the classroom.
We know deep in our hearts and believe that teachers are professionals. They are incredibly intellectually competent people, and this is complex work, and we trust them to do it.